Hi everyone, I'm Susan with Pigtail Quilting and Stitching. Welcome to my channel. On this video, I'm going to show you my stitching room. I got a chair and I got it arranged the way I like it, and it's pretty organized, so I thought I'm going to give you a little tour. And inside my closet where I have my stitching supplies and also the armoire that we moved upstairs. So let's get started. So I'm going to head into my stitching room and just kind of show you how it looks now. I'm going to start over on this side, and there's my quilt ladder with some quilts. I've had that in there. And then I did find my stitching chair, and it is kind of a recliner. It does have a little bit of a rocker too, so it's really quite comfortable. So I don't need an ottoman. I can put my feet up when I'm stitching. So I put my little small cart and my magnifying light beside the chair. And then I just hung a cute little quilt with a little command hook and kind of tied it up also. So I kind of just show you over here. I put a little quilt on the back of my chair also, one that was made out of the same fabrics as this heart quilt. And what I had kind of just the same kind of fabrics and scraps. So that those pieces went a long way. Just swing back over here. And I like the chair where it's at for now. I might, rearrange this later on, but for now it seems to be worked pretty good. I have my little 3 mini cart here, and I keep my sewing things, scissors, thread conditioner for when I'm cross stitching or hand stitching. And I just put a few of my little vintage things, cream and sugar, and I have some milk glass that my sister gave me. So I'll come over here and beside my table, I just have a few of the things set out. I have my drying rack with quilts on it. It holds up quite a few quilts. So I just kind of layer those up, and I can change those too when I'm using them someplace else. And then I have my other cart that I had down in my sewing room, actually in my closet downstairs, and I brought that up, and I had these little metal containers also, so I put those in there. They seem to go really well, and I didn't even know it. But then I added so I can kind of store some projects here too. Haven't got much in there. But I did add another little quilt with a command hook. So I thought that kind of dressed it up a little bit too. Send over here in front of the window a little cross stitch, a little pin cushion. And the quilt later here is made by one of the gals in our guild, who's a really beautiful quilter, and she had a craft sale, and I bought this at her sale. And you're going to see it's just got little tiny yo-yos and little pieces, and then it's embroidered also, but it's just darling. And I have my aught lights and some hoops in there, and I'll open that up in a little bit. And over here I have my little teddy bear that my sister had made for me. And then over again in this corner, I hung the quilt. This quilt was always in here, but I did hang it up again. And then I had to move some pictures around too when I moved the armoire up here from downstairs. And I think that's when I was in that process on my last video. So I got it all done. So it fits pretty good in here. So I just stacked some quilts above there, and I had this also downstairs, the shutter, and I just brought that up too. And I put a quilt over the door here because I don't shut this door. So that's one of my grandmother's flower gardens. And then with the command tick over here, I put one of my antique quilts, my vintage quilts of a Sunbonnet Sue. So I'll go back here and I will open up the doors and kind of show you what I put in here. Later on, if I have a lot of things I need to store, I will use this for storage, but I just thought I would put some of my little cross-stitch pillows. And so my toy sewing machine and a few things like that I've had. Some of my pillows, a little sewing basket box. So I just thought that was kind of fun. And over here, I had this little bucket, and I had it downstairs in my living room, and I think I had a plant in it, but I just decided to bring them up and put some quilts in there. So I just opened up this little cabinet here, and you can see I just have a knot light and my battery charged knot light that folds up, and then another light. And then there's some of my hoops that are down here also. Just come back here. So, and then I'll open the closet and show you what is in there. But I'll let you get a look at my chair. Not a real big chair, but it sure fit pretty good. I'll kind of even move the pillow so you can kind of see what it looks like. Let's turn around here. And I just folded up another quilt I had and just laid it in there. So I opened up the closet, but I also wanted to show you this little pillow that my sister made this for me too. And I just think it is just adorable. I think I've showed that in some previous videos also. So I opened up my closet, and I have shown this before. It's a little different now. I kind of took these aqua baskets I had underneath a little island in my sewing room downstairs, and I switched them out and brought these upstairs because I thought it went pretty good up here. So those hold some project bags and then some extra storage up here also, and then an extra one. And then I'll start over here. It has some cross stitch that I've had in here always, but I did get this at like a little estate sale. Not estate sale, it was a Salvation Army sale when they had their yearly sale. So I just moved up my little Muffy Bear. And over here, I have a little bulletin board I moved up here. and put some of my vintage button cards that I have, and some Grandmother's Flower Garden that I just made also. And I found this little cross stitch at an estate sale, and I was going to frame it or make a pillow. Well, I ended up framing it, so I hung it in here. And then this is where I keep all my thread and cross stitch things, as well as on this side. I use my other bucket that I had downstairs and for my project bags. Just kind of wanted to give you a little idea of what I keep in the drawers here. Some of the drawers stick on this. It's just kind of an inexpensive little piece of furniture, so it doesn't, the drawers don't open and shut real easy, but I'll just kind of show you how I have them. Have my lap desk there, things. See if I can open up a couple here. And more things in here. So I'm just kind of getting it organized. So this is where I have, I keep some of the project bags. I've showed those in a previous video also, but I just put some of those ones that I have that are being worked on, but haven't really worked on them for a long time, but I have the threads in there and that, so I just put those in there, and I tuck those in the closet, and it fits good. Get it back up so you can kind of see. So I close the door on my closet. I'm just showing you from the doorway. This isn't a very big room, but it seems to just work really, really nicely for a stitching room. And I keep all of my floss, excuse me, not my floss, but my Aida cloth and cross stitch cloth in those bottom drawers. I've been working on some quilts, and in my next video I'll show you those because I'm just, they're at the quilter, and I have the binding ready to be put on, but it's the Sunday stroll that I showed, that I just had a few of the blocks done. That's finished. And then I did kind of a fun one that has all the states and then the flowers on them. It's kind of a panel, but you put a border on it. And it's really kind of cute too. So just finished up that one too. Been working on some cross stitch for the 4th of July. Made some little pillows, and I'll kind of show you those too next time. I opened up the drawer so you can kind of see what I have in my drawers. There's some of my Aida cloth and some of the other, I think, like an even weave, a 25 count. And then, in this one I have some more and some other cross stitch too. So I just was, this is one of Lori Holt's stitch cards that I kind of started as a beginner. Then I have my little quilted pig here, which I have 2 of these, which they were a gift from my daughter. And then I have a little pottery pig that is so cute. Well, I think they call it slab pottery. Anyway, this was also a gift from a friend. So then I really thought this was really cute too. This is a little thread bowl. And at our last quilting retreat, this was the gift that the instructor gave all of us. She ordered these, and we each got a little thread bowl. This was a new cross stitch. This is one of the very beginning ones, as well as this one of Lori Holt's cards, and then my other little quilted pig. Thank you for watching this video and for subscribing to my channel and for all of your kind comments and feedback. Next on Pigtail Quilting and Stitching, I'm going to show you a little bit of my decorating for the 4th of July and some of the cross stitch I finished and some of the 4th of July finishes. Also, the show and tell of some of my quilts that I've just finished. So, thank you.